Welcome to the Legendarium Green Team. I'm your host, Kyptan, and with me today we have Hurin,
Hi.
also known as Hector Fan today, Lord Ash,
Hi, everybody.
and Stormrunner.
Hey, how's it going?
Today we're going to be recording our first episode on Perhaps the Stars, covering up through Chapter 10. Perhaps the Stars is the fourth book in the Terra Ignota series by Dr. Ada Palmer. It was published on October 19th, 2021, and it quickly became one of my favorite books of the year. And so I think we'll start with general impressions. First, for our newbies, tell us, are you enjoying this book? How do you think it compares to the previous ones?
I'm liking it a lot overall, probably more than Seven Surrenders and Will to Battle so far. Stuff is happening. That is exciting. We're getting some payoffs. I mean, obviously, it is the climax of the series, so all of the brewing conflict over the last few books is putting some of the conflicting philosophies into more direct conflict with each other. Or direct's not the phrase I'm looking for, but a more tangible conflict with each other. And that has been satisfying so far. And yeah, so far so good. We'll see where it goes, especially given where we ended today's, or what's coming right after this. It looks like, but
I almost asked
yeah.
everyone not to look at the chapter title for the next chapter.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to. Yeah,
I know it's hard to manage.
It wouldn't really matter.
well, yeah, because you are, yeah. That I still think Two Like the Lightning is probably my favorite so far, just because my favorite part of the series so far has been piecing together the world building. And so that felt very fresh into like the lightning, because everything felt very new. But this is the first time in the series I'm feeling like I did when I read that book, because of how like fast things are happening and how much stuff is happening now.
Okay.
So that's your long-winded answer.
No, that was pretty concise. Ash, how do you feel?
I'm enjoying it so far. I agree with Johnny that I'm actually enjoying this more than the previous books. So far. I think I probably like it more than Two Like the Lightning as well. In large part, yeah, because like the world feels like it's more lived in now for me, because we get the experiences of people that aren't just the top like 12 most important people in the world. We get actual behavior from the cousins, and actual behavior from the Masons, and actual behavior from the Brillis. Like, we get to see what these people are doing and what seems important to them, even if not super directly. And we get some kind of like interesting accounts of the war, even if Dr. Palmer is like actively uninterested in doing anything related to a battle. And you get like cool fantasy stuff basically happening. You get the tensions between the factions finally getting like some kind of outlet. We get a narrator that I'm finding a lot more enjoyable than Mycroft.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And we don't have to deal directly with the worst characters, which I'm happy about.
I was about to ask if you were feeling the lack of a certain woman on screen.
Which one? Oh, no, which one?
The worst one.
The worst one? Oh, yeah. I am totally fine with that one not being on there.
Ash's worst one is probably going to be different than the more villainous one.
Kip said the worst woman, which narrows it down quite a bit.
It does.
Well, there's two options. I'm thinking that would be the answer to that from your perspective. But
Okay.
I think they're both pretty bad.
I also like how it actually feels a bit more grounded because, well, literally grounded, because now people.
Okay, we're still spoiler free.
That's fair. It feels more grounded because of events in the plot, and it feels more meaningful when characters are in a room together.
Hurin, how do you like this book? Specifically this segment.
This segment, I don't know, it's probably my least favorite in like the whole series so far. Not that it's bad. I mean, I liked it. I like how, like Ash said, it's more grounded than the other ones, especially as we see how various wrenches are thrown into the mix and how the different hives and how they're handling it, and how individuals are handling it, and how society just keeps falling farther and farther down to, base instincts. But like, there's still little bits of nice parts there. But I don't know, 9A is just kind of boring compared to Mycroft. Yeah, that's about it. I wish there was a little bit more religion than there has been so far.
Okay. You didn't like the mention of Ithrox and the requirement that they at least be in bud before they qualify?
Sure. Yeah. I
Okay.
have no idea what you're talking about.
I think it's for the celebration of Sukkot.
I'm blanking.
There was some rabbinical discussion on display briefly.
Yeah, there was a little bit in the sense that it's like, this is how we stop religion from being discussed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I did actually really enjoy those parts with our senseiers. I enjoyed our former senseiers and the evil senseiers having their discussions, and that's probably my favorite part so far, other than the yeah, we'll get into that in the spoiler part.
So we will start off spoiler talk with a little bit of a recap, just to discuss what happened in these 10 chapters. War has officially started, and with it, we have a new narrator, just in time for the cars to bar the skies, and reintroduce the concept of a world of walking distance. Carlisle Foster figures out a way to celebrate rituals without reservations. A 4-person triumvirate is formed, uniforms are made and disobeyed, everyone scrambles for law codes, 4.5 billion people are stranded. Tully publishes a guide on internment camps. Monsters rise from the night during the coronation of the European emperor. Global silence falls, territories are seized, Rome's new hills are divided again. Trackers return for 26 minutes, just long enough for the Masonic oath to be revealed. Rage. Our island capital reaches out to the wider world and receives chaos. It's revealed that Julia bought Sniper before the Olympics and is being blackmailed by Carlisle, once again full of strength. 9A tries their hand at propaganda, overdoses on beans, and learns that both Holmes and Moriarty are alive. Okay, so I think we should start off with the switch to 9A from Mycroft, and specifically something that 9A themselves brings up, which is, what does being Mycroft Tanner's heir mean?
It means we, the reader, are constantly comparing them to Mycroft. We're sitting with baggage that Mycroft gave us, with whatever Mycroft talked about, whether it be religion or gender, or Mycroft's stupid tangents, or looking and trying to find lies or half-truths or whatever going on, as well as constantly thinking about maybe what they had done. Well, Mycroft was just kind of an evil dude, so you're kind of thinking of how is 9A different. But that's what I think, at least.
I mean, 9A did also murder some people.
Yeah, and they'd probably do it again, too.
9A has a fanatical love for Mycroft, which Mycroft did not have.
Very much so. And also a fanatical love for Apollo and Jed.
Yeah.
I think Michael has a pretty high opinion of himself, but
I think he likes to hear himself speak.
yeah, okay, that's true.
The sound of his own voice.
But not in real time.
Mycroft kind of hates themselves, but they know their abilities.
I do think that 9A is in boots that are too big for them.
In a
Yeah.
job that they don't really deserve.
Yes, although
Yep.
that was one of my favorite something I really enjoyed was everyone having to justify why 9A was in the room without revealing that 9A is anonymous.
And then revealing it anyways, because screw it, who cares?
Yes.
That deputy censors jacket does a lot, making it 3 anonymouses in a row that have been in the censor's office.
That's true.
I find the idea of the office of the anonymous kind of stupid anyway. Like not that somebody who writes influential papers and they need to stay on, not that part, but the way that it's passed on and their legacy is held. I find the idea kind of stupid.
So incredibly fragile, and I think it's
Yeah.
clear that the last 2 times have been corrupted
At least.
at the minimum.
At least, yeah.
Those are the only ones we've seen.
Correct.
Yeah, I think they would do well to adopt a more Masonic way of choosing their successor.
Because that's gone so well for the world so far.
Oh, well.
Hey, what's Cornell done wrong lately?
I'm not saying that he
Started the whole war.
yeah.
He didn't start the war. No.
He literally declared war.
He
declared
declared
war.
war first.
Yes. But that was not the inciting incident. That's a crazy thing to say.
The Masons didn't need to get dragged in if it wasn't for their stupid pride anyway.
Huh?
Yeah, it's their pride. They just can't be like, oh, we're not actually all that important, and our vows are the most sacred thing in the world. They're just so masturbatory. Their whole organization.
I can see the steam.
If they just lighten up like maybe 1%, this war probably wouldn't have happened. I hate the Masons.
Oh man, that's a really hot and I think objectively incorrect take.
So I can see the steam coming out of Ash's ears.
It's just like that. Have you been reading the same series?
Yeah, I sure hope so.
The conflict, the fundamental conflict, is between the people who are like is around Jed, right, and around the hive system not working. The Masons are a big part of that, but they're not the ones. Like if Mason had said we're doing peace, there still wouldn't have been peace. I don't think.
Mason holds most of the world's population. Mason
Not
also
the
started
most.
the war.
Plurality.
Okay, you're right. They hold the second most amount of money.
Mhm.
They have a hell of a lot of influence, and they didn't need to get involved just because of all this garbage, I suppose, in the last 2 books. Like, they only got involved because somebody stole their documents and then stole their oath and then told people about it. Well, they told people about it afterwards, but it's just a stupid piece of paper.
And also because Jed declared war on the world.
Yeah, and they're standing behind Jed, which they also don't
But
need to do.
clearly, no one's listening to Jed.
And because there is probably going to be, well, there are pogroms against the Utopians as well. And
Well-
Sniper started a war by shooting at Tribune.
Yeah, that's
Utopia
main.
did destroy a large part of the world.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. These are all non-Masonic factors in the war.
Maybe they wouldn't if Mason wasn't backing them.
If nothing else, the Mitsubishi would still be at war, right? And it's not nothing else, but Dominic is an insane fanatic, right? And would have brought the Mitsubishi to war regardless of what Mason was doing.
I also love 9A's like all his descriptors for Dominic. Like every time it's a new word to give him a different type of negative connotation.
That's another part of being Mycroft's heir, is being incredibly afraid of Dominic and being poisoned at Madame's and treated like a dog.
Yeah, they had a session with Dominic, right?
Many, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I mean, the last few books were about all the causes of the war, so I don't think to pin it on the Masons is fair. But certainly,
Mason's not helping.
Cornell's wrath certainly helped push the war further along.
Yeah, it's one of the things that made the war worse than it could have been. Yeah. Although, so far the war has been, like, incredibly tame.
Well, on Romanova.
Yeah, I guess, but...
We hear stories about the Rhine-Ruhr region.
Yeah, that's the part that seems to be bad. Notably,
Yeah.
the part where Mason has the least control of his own forces.
I think it's fair to say we've gotten very, very, very little glimpse of the war.
The war on Romanova has been very tame.
And who knows what's happening in the Americas?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to care, or is Dr. Palm going to tell us when we're supposed to care about that?
I think our point of view character only cares in the fact that Martin Guildbreaker is still in the Americas, and that's
That's
it.
the only reason I care.
It would have been cool to at least get the space elevator battle, a little more of that.
I don't think Palmer is comfortable with as like a strong grasp of tactics or strategy, so doesn't want to reveal that by and the narrative just isn't about that, I think. So.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to read that anyway.
I would. I want to read how Utopia is screwing this up.
Speaking of Utopia, anyone think that Huxley might be fake, like imagination?
Mm,
No, because he was doing stuff in
he
the last
interacts
book.
with Faust.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this book.
Nah, I think he's real.
No, I think he's real because he was still doing stuff in the last book, like interacting with other
But
people.
The first time that we get interaction with Huxley and 9A in this book, the beginning of the chapter is Papadili is talking about how he doesn't have any proof that Saladin actually ever existed, and it's killing him.
Yeah.
Yes.
First of all, I'm still not convinced that Saladin was ever real, and so juxtaposing those two things together of Huxley, the guy that nobody in Romanov has seen except for 9A, who is also starting to hallucinate other people, including Hobbes.
Isn't it Hobbes yet?
I think that was a nod. I don't think that was a hallucination.
I think that was a hallucination.
Not like I don't think it was like Mycroft was in the last book.
I don't think it was a hallucination. I don't think 9A is hallucinating Hobbes.
What, you just wrote him in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You can actually write any character you want into a story. That's one of the beauties of it.
I think it was a hallucination.
He feels like he's got to copy Mycroft's style, and that includes some random hallucinations of Hobbes.
He's been doing a
I-
terrible job of
Would-
copying Minecraft style up until
I agree. I agree.
like we find out that Minecraft, has come back towards this. It's been slowly getting like that, and I think he's also getting a little crazier and crazier as the things go on, which is also a part of Minecraft style that he's starting to resemble. But I think it's only incidentally. Either way, I think he hallucinated Hobbes, much like he's hallucinating Huxley.
Okay, for a follow-up question. Did Palmer have illusions about this whole story? Like, is this whole thing an hallucination?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Well, I mean, not literally.
I can just watch Ash getting less invested in this series as time goes on.
I mean, yeah, that's what all stories are, aren't they?
I wouldn't say I'm less invested. I think
More
I'm
detached
I'm
from-
retroactively less invested in the will to battle. I think.
It could have been shorter.
Yeah, or like cover different things, or whatever. We're talking about this book. I can talk about my general feelings on the series later.
I mean, every time he brings up Huxley, Huxley's not even talking to him. You just kind of get little taps in the back, and he thinks he's imagining what Huxley is telling him, which he doesn't ever
Yeah.
tell us if he actually gets confirmation.
No, I think that's a fair take.
I fully believe that 9A doesn't understand Huxley's taps.
To be true. Yeah, I think there's validity to that. I also think if Saladin isn't real, then that means that maybe Bridger or stuff. Maybe so if Mycroft as the narrator was lying about Saladin being real, and he was just a part of Mycroft's imagination, brain, whatever, that maybe what Bridger was doing or how Jed is described was also an illusion or hallucination of some sort, which would be very validating.
I mean, everybody saw Jed get shot in the head and then revived, didn't they? I mean, according to what we hear from Mycroft, of course.
Or Jed, at least, or Bridger being the big one here.
Yeah, who literally resurrected Jed after he got shot.
Yes, I'm just saying there could be some shenanigans going on.
Yeah,
I do like the who's it that poses that they're Jed's an alien. Well, they use the word alien.
That's Huxley.
Yeah,
It's my favorite term for Jed.
yeah, the alien. I do like that. That would be more going back to some of my discussion about
None of it's
Jed.
magic. It's all science fiction.
Yeah, like about Jed. Like I would be more satisfied. Well, a lot of it functions all as magic, but like I think I would be much more satisfied if Jed does turn out to be an alien, because that would, I don't know, there's just something about that would track a little more consistently is maybe the word I'm looking for than
I don't think it's mutually exclusive.
him being an alien versus like a god.
I don't think it's distinguishable.
If he's a god of another universe,
He's an alien god.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I've read other stories where there are gods from other universes that came to this one.
Do you think it's happened in the past?
Are you asking if Jesus was an alien?
No, because the story seems to posit that Jesus was a test run. But I'm asking if maybe you think there were other aliens in the past.
Like, spoilers, Prometheus.
If anybody was an alien in the past, it was probably like Mani, right?
Money?
Maybe.
The guy who did Manicheism.
Manichaeism?
Yeah,
Manichaeism?
sure. I don't know the pronunciation.
Really? Okay.
Well, actually, no. Manicheism is how my Roman history professor pronounced it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, my human biology teacher called us human beings. So
Human. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've just never heard it pronounced anything other than Manichaeism.
Okay.
yep, same.
to be determined then on the alien question, but
Speaking of utopians, yeah, I'm pretty sure they set up everything. And 9A is just helping him cover it because he's listened to Huxley's imaginary whisperings in his jacket/books.
9A calls themselves the most biased triumvir and considers themselves unworthy to be in such company. Do you agree that that's true?
Yes, absolutely.
No, absolutely not.
no more than anyone else.
I don't have a look into the other two members, so I can't judge them in comparison. But yeah, 9A sucks.
Well, there's 3 other members.
I think you're biased.
Sorry, yes, they're forumvirate.
No, it is a 4-person triumvirate.
Yes.
They're very clear about that.
There is a history of triumvirates just being kind of bad. So,
I think they're often a political necessity when they happen.
well, I mean, I feel like they justified themselves in this story, even though I can't really support them or their decisions. So
I mean, I feel like the censor makes sense to be there, and then it's just like two random alliance senators that have seniority, I guess, so people trust them a bit more. But there's
That is indeed what's presented.
yeah, there's like no. The censor's the only one there with like actual power, and I guess 9A because 9A is the anonymous. But yeah, generally triumvirates are like a collection of the three most powerful people in a given state, or a lot of the time they are. And this is not that case, obviously.
Yep. Do you feel like the Senate has been completely sidelined?
I feel like the Senate was never relevant in the story to begin with.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what the Senate did before the war.
Just there was a lot of Senate scenes in the Will to Battle that could have been boiled down to be shorter.
There was one. There was one Senate scene.
The trial? That was pretty cool.
The trial's not a Senate
Yeah,
scene.
okay.
But
All
yeah,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, the trial was cool.
What was the Senate scene?
the strangest senator. It was the Masonic filibuster,
Right.
which gave us the Black
and
Laws
Cookie.
and Cookie. Yeah. And then there was like a couple Senate recaps from Mycroft, really. But there was really only one Senate scene.
Okay. Then I will back off on that a little. I do. All right. So I do want to say on the triumvirate stuff, sort of related to that. I do really, and this is, I guess, a little more going back to the 9A as narrator. I do really like when he shifts into the Hate Anonyme. Is that, I don't know how you would pronounce that. His
Yeah, I don't do French.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Okay, that's probably better. But I think that's a really cool device, narratively at least, or at least it's a fun way for 9A to differentiate themselves from Mycroft as a narrator, and it like serves a cool in-world purpose. Even if it is just like he has the most popular newsfeed in the world.
This year. The most influential blogger around.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to me than Sniper's popularity.
Yes.
So I give it
Well-
a pass because of that. A relative pass.
I can understand Sniper's popularity in the sense that, like,
Sniper's hot.
okay, that's probably part of it. But the fact is, everybody had a doll of it when they were kids, right?
But
and they grew
everybody
up
would
with
have
it.
to buy a doll in the first place. Were there no other dolls? Did the Sniper doll manufacturer have a total monopoly?
No, it was just the most popular one.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of like a, I don't know, just snowball effect.
If that makes sense, then like the most popular people today would have been the most popular people 10 years ago because it's also would be a snowball effect.
Well,
right?
it could be
Barbie.
like a Barbie. Yeah.
Barbie, a toy line that was notably less popular like until the Barbie movie came out, right?
Barbie's been like the most popular doll since like
Define less popular. Still in like every store.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Less of a cultural icon, but
plus if Barbie was also like in the Olympics every time and won so many gold medals and whatnot.
like Sniper has like hegemonic popularity.
Right. It's like if
Also, it's awful.
Taylor Swift was, yeah.
Yeah, I think also it's not declared that everybody loves Sniper, but everybody knows about Sniper, and Sniper has fans in every city and probably every town. Ubiquitous, but not universal.
And Sniper was the one keeping Ganymede in power.
It's like if Taylor Swift were also, I don't know, also had similar skill or fan bases as like Messi or LeBron James. Like, so you have both like the athletic stuff and the art and culture thing going on.
And notably, Sniper is keeping the leader of the second most populous hive in power.
I don't think second
Are-
most populous. I think cousins are.
Cousins, okay, yeah. Whoever, I don't know how popular humanists are.
Okay, thinking of Homer parallels, who would Sniper be?
I mean, I know my answer.
I would say Paris
Achilles?
because they
Are you saying
suck.
Achilles?
I would say Paris because they're an archer.
Oh,
Well,
The
yeah.
enemy's name is Sniper.
But the thing is, everybody hates Paris. Like everybody hates Paris.
Also, Sniper is martially effective, so
Yeah,
also
that's a
doesn't
good
work
point
there.
too.
I mean, is Sniper martially effective?
Uh,
Have we actually really seen that?
I think so.
They went one on one with
Dominic.
Dominic and won.
Yeah,
got
but
away at least.
Dominic was being stupid. Dominic was enraged and just kind of lashing out.
Dominic's always being stupid.
Dominic was okay when he was torturing Carlisle.
That's the
Pascal.
most ethically redeemable thing Dominic has done. Yes.
Yeah, torture, or at least in quotations.
Also, the most personally charismatic Dominic has ever been. I'll be clear.
I agree. Hard agree.
I don't know. I think Dominic was most personally charismatic when they arrived at the Senior Weeks Booth Bash in the first time, and like was
Yeah,
pushing
I'd
Leslie
agree
up
with
against a wall and being all sexy.
I could see how you would like that.
Okay.
I mean, even as we talked about, I think the Carlisle scene is certainly kink coded, very sexual.
The forced feminization is absolutely kink coded.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Carlisle's into it.
Yeah,
Carlisle is possibly the only a character in this universe who can be defined as trans because they're the only one who has been assigned a gender in the first place.
yeah. Except when Mycroft would just use gender or would just use whatever pronouns he felt like. But yeah.
Yeah, but Madame is very insistent that they are a prince for legal purposes, and Dominic is helping them express their feminine side.
I'd forgotten about that. I was thinking like, well, the only reason Mycroft said Carlisle was he in the first place was because Mycroft said that Carlisle rose full of strength every day, and clearly that's not something women can do.
Do you want to talk about Carlisle?
Yeah, talk about Carlisle once again full of strength.
Yeah, I actually kind of like Carlisle in this book. I mean, it's kind of stupid how such great lengths they go to keep up their sham of a sense error system, but it was still nice and it was competent, it was caring. And then finally, we got that flashback where Nane sees the old video. That was that on Papa's computer?
Yes, that was on the Commissioner General's computer system. Yes.
So, did Papa know about Sniper then?
It was in the auto backup system, so I don't think so.
Okay.
Carlisle's tracker automatically downloads its video logs into the Commissioner General's system, and then they tag which scenes from their tracker are private and shouldn't be kept. And on the day that they found out about Sniper, they tried to delete the whole day.
Gotcha.
But it was automatically backed up, and 9A went into those backups and found the videos, found the evidence, and then Carlisle handed the videos over to 9A.
That was pretty cool. I really, really, really like that scene, and standing up to Julia because she's really the worst.
Sucks.
Second worst, but
second. Yeah, like the answer to the question is Madame, of course, of who's the worst. But
Julia's still pretty.
Julia's pretty bad.
The worst.
Julia's real bad.
She's really bad, but
more interesting, in my opinion.
I agree.
Than Madame.
Yeah.
I mean, she's less like mustache twirly, I guess.
Gosh, she's pretty mustache twirly.
She's really mustache twirly.
She's really, really mustache twirly.
Never mind. She's
all like, I'm so proud of you, Carlisle. I really am.
Yeah, that's true. And even the whole.
Even when Carlisle was standing up to her, she's like, "Oh, you really don't care."
Yeah, and like, oh well, like I'm not scared of Dominic. Well, I'm like, well,
you forgot, Julia. I'm suicidal.
You unlocked my trap card. Suicide.
I compared this series to a soap opera before. I think that's a bit unfair. This series is Rocky Horror.
I'll take it.
And there's like 7 Dr. Frankenfurters. Julia, Dominic, Madame, Sniper, probably. Yeah. Actually, no, Sniper would be Rocky.
Sniper would be Rocky. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll take it. For sure.
I can see it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, sounds right.
I'm a bad nerd and a bad gay, and I haven't seen Rocky Horror, but
Wow.
I know, this is a confession time. Julia got this confession out of me on this episode.
The music's good. I'll give it that. You should see it.
The performances are pretty great, too. And you should see it live.
So I've heard, yeah.
Yep.
Live turned me off to the whole thing. It was weird. I hated that. When I watched the movie by myself, I liked it so much more.
I can see that making sense for you. Speaking of Carlisle, once again full of strength, did you like that they feed servicers in condiments?
Yeah.
That's their method of showing appreciation.
Gold frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Emeralds and diamonds and amber.
Yeah, I actually like Carlisle in this book so far. Carlisle's not terrible. Because Carlisle's actually doing something.
They're not only doing something, they're trying to do good, and they are doing good.
Yeah.
Even though, like I said, their stupid censor program's just a sham. I mean, like what bothered me about that whole thing, right? So it makes sense for the world that they set up, but at the same time, at the back of my head, I'm just thinking, or you could just, not give a shit. Like these people could just, worship the gods that they want, and people could just like be, oh, that's great.
I don't know, Kieran. That sounds like free speech.
I know, that's so scary. That's what I started finally coming around to 9A as their narrator, when they just like trying to justify their censorship, especially when it becomes,
They're not censoring.
yeah, when they are saying they're not censoring, and then they talk about how dangerous censorship is, and then Hobbes comes, he talks about his thing, and a lot of the things that they're censoring sound like things that they really should be censoring. Like maybe these are actually you beasts. Did you think about that?
Yeah, but utopian sets.
Yeah, very very much not an impartial narrator of the truth or whatever.
Talking about impartiality, how about that dramatis personae?
Oh my! That was a lot of fun.
I love the dramatis personae.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Did anyone shiver seeing it?
Seeing all the people who are not on Jed's side and him being like, wait, that can't be right.
No, just seeing all the people and
Wait,
thinking,
you mean like? Oh, wait, because the malice and dramatis personae are like so much shorter.
No, see, dramatis personae are very scary, and I feel personally attacked by them.
I did like all the little.
Only members of the Discord will understand that one.
I do not feel fear or shivers at dramatis personae. I only feel possible spoiler warnings. And this one was pretty free of that simply by its lack of objectivity. The struggle to find titles for everyone so that they would match was pretty funny.
Yeah, I liked that a lot too, and especially it confused me because I saw Apollo Mojave and they just put title ? And at first I thought,
yeah,
is Apollo Mojave a title itself? But then I realized they just couldn't think of a title for Apollo,
and they don't know.
Yeah, because nobody knows anything about the Utopians, and yet they trust them implicitly.
They're like, who should we talk to Utopia about? I don't know. How about this guy, Ouroboros Wordspell? He seems extant. Which fun name.
A lot of the descriptors were funny, like Kato just being described as free for his location.
You think he's still on his way to the moon, or did he get there?
He's probably there. I'm sure we'll find out.
Just like their description of Casimir Puri, vengeful mass murdering dickhead.
The White Law Bo Chuddery, totally corrupt is the
totally corrupt.
Totally corrupt. Just generally on the note of that character, I did like that we got a White Law that's kind of an a-hole. Like,
I think
like
that's
just
all the White Laws. I think they're all terrible.
And that might be maybe that's the case. Like just because we haven't really seen any.
Haven't been much.
At least not in prominent positions in the story. But to have someone to bounce off of as far as.
I mean, they're basically cousins who don't believe in helping people being the most important thing.
The cousins are weird with their laws too. That's why I know I claim to be a cousin, but yeah, that's something I don't really like about them at all.
The only ethical move is to become a Black Law.
It doesn't know that their whole system is compromised, but the cousins. But
who cares about that? The cousins, they're a penchant for moralizing and all their stupid rules, but at least they have like ways around the rules, like written inside the rules, which is good.
Yeah, like Cookie. She's a great way around the rules protecting people.
Yeah.
Cookie is right about most sets and is insane for like making these new categories of like gender sets and like what are the other ones like
Utopian like set.
Yeah,
Alba Longa set.
There we go.
It seems like this series is just people taking their ideas to their most extreme and then making them the worst things ever.
Yeah. Because like I think the Alba Longa set that's just like educating your children, right?
Yeah,
in like a directed way.
Oh
wait, was that where Mycroft was from?
That's where Mycroft was from. That was the think tank experiments. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. That was like, let's take all the smartest people in the world, put them in one garden, and see what happens.
Oh,
yeah, that's fair.
That's not what a set is, though.
No, it's not.
No, but she's defining it as one.
But it's a literal misapplication of the term, right? It's a technical term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
which the Gordian judge in the Will to Battle was very clear about. Like, no, a set is someone whose set does not change. It is a set, and all
Yeah.
of these other terms will bring you in contempt of court. But now there's no court anymore, just the court of public opinion.
Yeah, they're like from here on, anybody calling anything other than a set will
Yeah.
be like
Held in contempt.
removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess this is just me saying that the Brillists seem to have the best grasp on things so far. Good job, Brillists.
Yeah.
Good job. Do you like their little checkpoints?
Yeah, I love their checkpoints.
I like the part in this book where somebody's like, "Oh, are you gonna give up being a Brillist?" And like, "No, I would look terrible if I wasn't wearing my sweater.
I would be
Or no,
cold.
I would be cold if I got rid of my sweater."
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm starting to think that there's a little bit more insidiousness hiding in the Brillists, considering my thoughts right now on the Utopians. It's just we don't know
Well,
enough about the Brillists.
yeah, I say like they're not significant enough right now to like. I just kind of feel like they're there.
I want more. Like the story is too biased against Brillists. Give me more.
Would you say that they are succeeding at weaseling their way out of the war?
Yeah,
So far,
they're doing great Second Foundation stuff.
I mean, yeah, they are clearly a Second Foundation analog, right? Right.
Yeah. Given how it sure does seem like they've mastered psychology.
it's really written like that.
Given that, like, I just don't believe that they're staying out of it or have stayed out of it at any point so far.
Are the Brillists magic?
Yes, everyone is.
Yeah, I think so too.
So what do you think about Jim and Jin?
I don't know. Senator, a member of the Triumvirate. I don't know really why Jim Imogen is
Speaker.
there. Speaker, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Neutralish party, I guess. I don't have
Okay,
strong
so you
opinions.
do think they are neutral?
Ish. Definitely more on the Remaker side, right?
I don't know if we know that.
Okay. Maybe a Madame Plant. Who knows? Anybody could be.
Well, yeah, we already had like the White Law was a dog plant.
The only way to find out for sure is to have sex with Jim in like a cold, sterile way, and note if they get aroused or not, and then do it again, but with gender roles.
I don't know. I feel like at that age you get pretty good at faking it.
Maybe if you've been having bad sex all your life, you can convincingly persuade anyone that it's good sex. Maybe.
Yep.
I hope to never find out.
You don't want to live to 150 and figure it out. There's an interesting philosophical point brought up again, really, in this world. Are you not you with time lag?
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't believe identity is a stable thing in the first place. So, yep, I see why Jed is upset.
I know it's one of those philosophical questions I think is stupid. Like, yeah, I'm different than I was 5 seconds ago. I'm different than I was 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago, etc. But nobody else is that person either. So I'm the closest person there. So I'm fine saying that I'm the same person.
yeah, I like that answer.
You can
a lot.
you could be the same person while still changing.
I do find it weird that Jed, keeper of absolute truth in all things, of course, suddenly finds now the time to make that point. Like where the tracker delay is not enough for them. Were those acceptable?
There's like an arbitrary threshold.
Or did they previously make that point all the time when they were a kid and someone convinced them not to?
I mean, yeah, like it is true that like this is a fact of human communication. You're always talking to someone of the past, never the present person as they are. And it's unclear if that's even something that makes sense to say. But like I guess this crosses some kind of arbitrary threshold for Jed. It's like I can handle like a 0.1 millisecond ping on this conversation. I can't handle any more.
I believe that's also the point being made, and I hate it.
Wait, what do you mean the 0.2 ping?
The Jed has some sort of arbitrary lower limit which they accept communication being made in. But I also probably believe that as a child, they were really obnoxious about that.
I mean, they're really obnoxious about everything right now. So
Yeah, who knows if they've even maintained the ability to speak to people who aren't Mycroft.
Or 9A.
And also taking paragraphs to say things that could be said in a sentence.
I actually like that.
Hey, they've been very short this book. They've said
Yeah.
mostly single words or single sentences.
That's true. They also haven't been in this book much, but yeah.
That's not a problem restricted to Jed in this series. That is
No.
everybody.
Oh, no. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not Papa.
Yeah, Mycroft being the big one here, but
Papa's wonderfully direct. I love that about Papa.
Papa's the only one in the world. Or I guess Huxley when
Don't say Quinell is.
I don't know. Humanity needs anonymous advice.
humanity needs Anonymous. Oh, they just have to hear my message.
I like this honesty.
Suhyun, I'm probably butchering that. Is
Suhyun
fairly-
babbles.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I
She
just
talks about along things, and she's not as direct as she should be. Especially, or I'm using she, but I don't know. They were talking with 9A, and they're like, "Hey, don't you think that maybe we should be helping people? And are you hiding somebody? Maybe we should help them." And then she brings in the old half set.
Yeah.
Also, part of why I think that Huxley is a figment of 9A's imagination. They were just talking around the whole thing.
Suhyun is very bad at talking about feelings and very quick about talking about numbers.
It's fair. Right. Makes sense.
And I do like how for Suhyun, they can be fastest when talking in text.
Hmm.
And there's that scene where they just like kind of stand frozen in the Commissioner General's office. And it looks like they're doing little micro twitches. And it turns out they're writing up an agenda and instructions for the whole office.
That would be nice.
That's a different way to interact with the world. And maybe one that would break the proposed nurturist black law.
Mm-hmm. Is Suhyun a set? According to the nurturists.
I mean,
Probably.
I think the nurturers would argue that Suhyun was unnaturally raised and unable to interface productively with society at large.
And that, of course, the nurturists are all naturally raised.
Of course.
Was Suhyun part of the Mitsubishi, the Ando?
No, Suhyun was raised by the Kosala Bash.
Oh, okay.
Because the nurturers would love to point out that Briar Kosala couldn't even raise her own children.
Oh, also kind of funny remark that 9A refers to Briar's forces as cuddly.
With the tiring guns, can we talk about those for a second?
Good technology. Yeah.
One of the chapters literally opens with, "Yeah, the cousins after the shop."
Yeah, I like that reveal. Like, oh, we got bioweapons, but no, it's just the cousins. Like, what?
Yeah. How did they not tell people when they were distributing the weapons? Like, that's insane. Why? There's actually no reason for them not to have done that.
They had an announcement ready, but then something happened and they just thought it wasn't the right time.
Oh, I see. This is why I don't like the cousins. They're well-meaning, but so terrible at it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it is an important piece of context to add in here that Dr. Palmer suffers from chronic fatigue syndrome and has described the suffering of being unable to complete a day's work, being unable even to do very, very simple tasks, and not having it be understood by the rest of the world.
Good thing to draw them.
Yeah, I can imagine how terrible that would be, shot by a gun and not be able to do anything for a year and 6 months.
Yeah.
He's dying, though.
They describe sitting up to like drink or eat as running at a full sprint, equivalent energy. And they're like, full recovery in 18 months, but like these guns haven't been out for 18 months, so I don't know how they're so sure about that.
That was kind of funny. But yeah, that would suck.
Funny or terrifying.
That would be terrible if it turned out to be so much worse than that.
And they describe the damage. It's like nerve damage, muscular damage. It looks like if you fall in the wrong position, you could just drown.
I mean, still beats dying.
Yeah, but they have stun guns. They have short-acting stun guns, which seem to be effective.
Okay,
but they wear off almost immediately, right?
They wear off quickly, and you can like take drugs to prevent them from being as effective. But
okay, but like 9A said, like what's worse than actually killing part of the enemy is
agreed. Agreed.
And in this way, like not only, well, hopefully if it works as intended, which is kind of a important piece, but they will recover after a certain amount of time. I don't know, it's complicated.
The caveat, if it works as intended, is funny because the series is all about things definitely not working as intended. Actually, nothing has worked as intended so far.
Well put, yes.
Supporters of OS would say OS worked for a while until it didn't. And obviously its opponents would say, well, did it ever really work?
Minority opinion Gordian. Killings after such and such date were only delaying the war, not preventing it. And so we're morally unsupported.
Yeah, that was a fascinating section or line of logic.
You want to talk about slavery coming back? Well, slavery coming back in force more than just the servitors.
Let's do that. Let's talk about servicer use and peace wash. Tully Marty's second contribution to this war state.
The most infuriating part for me was their justification for it, and then claiming that it was because they were more enlightened.
Yeah.
The fact that we have Slive just means that we're more enlightened than these people.
It just means that it's in the collective consciousness to accept service.
We need the servicer program. Who will we be without it? I don't know why no one has tried actual rehabilitation in this world. Do they just not care?
Kasala threatens to go back to, quote, the time of prisons.
Yeah,
It's an interesting
but the
line on
economic
that note.
impact of their crimes is unsupportable.
Yeah, from the humanist perspective, right?
Not just from humanists, from a whole bunch.
The scarcity isn't really a problem. We still care.
That person was a doctor, and you're only a landscaper. You can't pay back. Sorry, you're only apprentice to a senator. You can't possibly pay back that doctor's labor.
Do we know how many servicers there are?
About 3 million or something?
It's a lot.
Oh, okay. A lot of full-time slaves then, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sure wonder if there are maybe crimes that are being committed that aren't exactly worthy of being forced to be into servicer work that maybe are forced like carrying that sentence just because more economic output, I guess.
I mean, there is a certain incentive.
Yeah.
I'm now imagining if some of them are just in life in prison for property crimes.
I would not be surprised at all.
I think it's actually assumed that a lot of them are.
I mean, the actual murder isn't what gets you to servicer program.
No, it's murder and an assurance that you wouldn't repeat it, that you are not yourself a violent person.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that even if you murder someone, you're not necessarily going to be a servicer.
Correct. You could just pay.
Yeah, or there could be a hiccup in the law.
Or there could be a hiccup in the law.
Yeah, they don't really care much about I don't know, justice.
No, just peace.
Yeah. Well, and because per the whole world building, all the hives have different ideas of what justice is, and the Masons think it's Cornell. And he is justice.
I do like the utopian maximum punishment, which is just, no, you don't get our entertainment anymore.
Yeah.
That might be the worst one.
Huxley's his whole forced video game time.
Look, it's important to maintain the psychological health of your operatives, and Huxley likes to game. They need to game. And we'll put in a relief crew while they get their mandatory video game hours.
Makes sense to me.
I wonder how much of that recreational gaming time the Utopian spend is just war game scenarios for the upcoming conflict.
I like to imagine him playing Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley. That's a nice thought.
Well, for Apollo, it was definitely a war game.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what he found in Sen. Maybe Sen Marty was his relaxation time.
And it seems like a lot of the Utopians are Vokers, and so
they're all Vokers.
Yeah, I think
every single one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a point made in the
It
series.
seems like they just get satisfaction from working anyway. So
Yeah, but there's still a level of mental relaxation that you can't get from working, just
I think
physically.
some people can.
And Utopia recognizes that you only need to take as much as your body needs, but that can be different for every person.
No, you have no argument here.
Yeah, but they are means, not ends. You can't just be a gamer in Utopia. You have to be something else.
I don't know. It seems like that you could spin it so that
I bet
being a gamer is a way to
You
further their.
can
goal.
be a game developer.
No, I bet they could make a game where you interact with the U-beasts and you're okay, we need to go pretend to attack Romanova, but maybe this will be really helpful in the future.
Okay, so you're a game developer.
How is that a game developer? That's literally playing.
Okay, and then you're a soldier in training, a militiaman in training.
Sure,
okay.
But you also get enjoyment from the simulations.
Sure. So there's some synergy there, but you're still performing a task.
Yeah.
And remember, they also think of authors as irreplaceable.
If you can justify that it counts towards furthering humanity, going towards Mars or whatever, then they'll be okay with it.
Yeah, but you can't just sit in your room all day playing World of Warcraft. Classic.
The new expansion's fine though.
I mean, I assume they would have they would not mind if you were retrofitting World of Warcraft to be able to play on a private server or something. Whatever. You're increasing human entertainment there. That's your goal. But just for your own personal use? No. Bad.
I wonder how hard it would be to mock a server like that.
It's been done. Did you like that Utopia doesn't have an army? They have a civilian militia.
And the difference is,
The difference is what you call it.
I like that they gave everyone bicycles. I think bicycles are great.
Bicycles are great.
I found it very weird that they were able to reduce the mass of a bicycle by 80% just in time for a war.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
They
know.
have future alloys. It's fine.
Future alloys.
Yeah, I guess maybe no one had been focusing on improving the bicycle with space materials before. That can still be made with a home printer.
Everyone just takes a car, so why would they ever bike? You know.
True.
I'm just going to assume that you're implying that they've had this technology for a while, that they're just waiting to pull out at the right time. Because that's what seems like a lot of the stuff that Utopia does.
I am implying that a little bit, yeah. But I also am implying that it's weird that no one else did it first. They've got a world of 10 billion people, and that really shows a lack of industry on 9 billion of them.
Let the Utopians think. That's what they're, given money for.
That's what they have almost all the money for.
30%.
Are they communists?
They are communists,
Okay, so they learned that the best way to make money is communism.
I guess. Autonomous luxury space communism, yes.
I love
Yay, luxury space communism.
I really don't think we've seen enough evidence for that because Apollo Mojave did not choose Cornell Mason.
But it was a pretty gay relationship.
Well, Apollo was pretty gay.
Oh,
I can go out there and say Apollo was pretty gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine writing off the utopian technology in most instances to it's space magic, or it's functional space magic, and that is explainable. And if they can make U beasts, just generally speaking, what can they basically like?
So you're saying the story's fantasy?
I'm saying that elements of the science fiction are hand wavy, and that is this tracks logically for me with how other parts of the technology are hand wavy. You're not catching me on that one, but go ahead.
Speaking of hand wavy, how do we feel about antimatter cars?
I'm going insane over here.
Seems like a bad idea. I don't know if I'm about antimatter.
Same principle applies.
We got rid of the harbingers. What do you mean? You have antimatter cars? You have millions of antimatter cars. Billions. I don't know. I'm very frustrated with that particular plot point.
Yeah, I think something like 3 billion cars.
That's a lot of cars.
Wouldn't the Utopians have also had to kidnap any of the basically car mechanics basically because these car mechanics presumably
They tried to arrest them all.
Yeah,
Right?
the
It was just this near Weeks Booth Bash that did it all. Just kidding.
wait, they manufactured all the cars?
I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I know almost nothing about antimatter. I suppose it's really dangerous and you shouldn't be using it, right?
It's one of the theoretical energy maxima in the universe.
All right, and so somebody's holding on to this and they're not using it, right? They're not using it to its potential.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like to me that a third party, is just using it. It's so that other people won't.
So, antimatter specifically, when it comes into contact with regular matter, there is a large release of energy. It's as Kim
An
said,
annihilation reaction. Yeah.
It's so energy dense that we don't really have anything comparable. We've never made anything comparable on Earth, and it's by far the most energy dense thing we've made. And we just have a bunch of cars flying in it. So
how do you theoretically hold it if you can't?
In magnetic bubbles.
Yeah.
In vacuum.
I see.
And if this vacuum is violated, then there's an explosive reaction.
Gotcha.
So you have billions of nukes flying up in the air. I guess people just aren't interested in capitalizing on that.
Oh, they seem to have put in a lot of effort at trying to get to them, but it's just been no luck so far. Yeah.
The EMPs. Why would this be a problem?
If they have an EMP,
They have short range EMPs.
Wouldn't that shut off, throw the antimatter explosion?
Yes, it would.
So why would they use it?
I mean, we already saw the EMPs being used for infecting cars, right? Or did we not?
No, we did not.
Okay.
We saw someone use fireworks to make a car land, but it took a virtuoso firework person.
You launch an EMP at somewhere where there's a car above, and boom, your enemies are no longer in the immediate 4-mile radius.
Okay.
But they have that fail-safe mechanism where it all goes up.
Except for that time when it didn't.
The car was spinning or something.
Yeah.
And it boiled part of a
Yes,
sea and part of a city.
something that clearly they wouldn't have tested for when manufacturing the car, as far as the.
You guys are demonstrating very well why it's not great that my eyes glaze over when they go over, sciencey stuff in books.
Yeah, I'm also there's a reason I've been kind of quiet in the last couple of minutes. So, and that's it.
I think this is maybe a flaw in the world building. If this is happening like this.
It's either a flaw in the world building or someone is working behind the scenes to make sure that the cars are safer than they look.
Bridger did it.
Or
I can always say Bridger did it.
I mean, I was going to say something basically that, but yeah, or it's just magic and antimatter means something different.
Maybe the antimatter is only being generated on demand. And so there's only ever a small amount of it in any car at a given time.
No, I reject that as well. You need energy to generate antimatter.
I don't know.
Maybe you
Again,
don't in this world. Who knows?
like I just like this is something like me. I think sure it's an inconsistency in the world building. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I don't really care, like because it's not.
Okay. Maybe OS is assassinating anyone who could cause the idea of using the antimatter cars as weapons before this idea can even sprout. Maybe they have a single set doing that, and then they're killing like 3 people a week or something, and this is preventing all that.
I think it'd be a lot more than 3 people a week that at least are conceptualizing of these as news.
World's magic. This world's magic.
Maybe there really only are a very small number of people who understand any portion of science involving antimatter, and Utopia got them all and it put them in Atlantis. Now they're all dead. Everyone else in the world is just an idiot.
Wait, okay, were they all in Atlanta? I thought it was. I thought it was just the non-consensual, like the kidnapped ones that were in Atlantis.
Oh, it was both populations.
Oh, okay.
No, it was just one of the types. I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah, it was either the ones who had come willingly or the ones who hadn't, but I forget which one.
We haven't heard of it from the other one yet, the other population. Well, that's just we've been on Romanova and they're having communication issues, I guess.
Maybe they put them all underneath Romanova.
So earlier I said that this has been my least favorite of the so far, and it's still true, but I really have enjoyed the very limited perspective we've had so far, and how that's come through the text, and the different styles of communication and the way that they evolve. So yeah, thanks, Dr. Palmer.
Okay. Speaking of the text, do you agree with one of the worst women in the world that rereading Mycroft's Kenner book might not be good for you?
Was that Julia probably says
Good
that?
for me personally.
Julia says that to says it to Carlisle. Rereading Mycroft Kenner's book is not good for you.
That seems like a very sincere line.
No, I think that's a little bullshit.
No, I mean no, like, I'm agreeing with that. Yeah, like it's not. I think it's fine, and she's just making that up because she doesn't like it.
It just seems like this.
I agree.
That world's obsession with like bad information, which I reject outright. So
Yeah, the diatribe on how free speech is. We've recognized free speech is terrible. We'd never do it anymore. I was just like,
Yeah,
idiots.
yeah. I think lack of censorship is not the thing that caused this war.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Julia's jealous of Mycroft and their fame and their ability to affect people on a deep level.
I would explain a lot
Yeah.
of their awfulness. It's some of it, at least.
I mean, the certified non-proselytory stamp that the books get is definitely incorrect. Mycroft is straight up telling you to believe in Providence so many times.
Only the first 2 books get that.
Oh yeah, is it?
Yeah, the third one's different.
Only the
It's
first
supposed to
2
be-
books are certified non-proselytory.
The first
the
one's
other
supposed to
one
be sent out years after the war is done. Yeah.
Yep. Says
Yeah.
like it got to be declassified at a minimum 75 years after or 50 years after or whatever. Yeah. And then this one, no censor warning. Everyone who could censor this is no longer able to do so.
Which is interesting from a like narrative perspective of okay, well, the last 3 books were all clearly looking back, like they were historical documents that we're looking back at. So what is this?
Well, there are quite a few sections that seem to be written like on the spot because we get dates and times, and then the big part when the Mason's stupid oath was revealed. They're like, "Oh, we had 20-something hours of time, and the last 2 were awful. Let me go and tell you about it."
a lot of them are like dated for the day after the events
Yeah.
they're in.
Yeah, I liked. It's a nice change of pace. That's something I've liked about all of the books, other than the first two, because they're the same book. But even those, that we still had like the sniper chapter in there, and there's a lot of interesting things going on narratively.
Yeah, the use of perspective, generally speaking, is something that's a highlight of the series.
That's a big reason why I love it.
And we started this book knowing that Mycroft Canner was indeed alive, but we also started this book thinking that he was dead. Do you do like that? Do you? And are you looking forward to Mycroft Canner's return?
Yes. I've been annoyed at how much 9A just admires Mycroft and how they need hugs. And I really like when Briar came and she's like, "Yeah, I don't care. I hate Mycroft, and I hate you for liking Mycroft." So
I don't know. I like hugs, and also like I kind of get why. It makes sense why 9A is obsessed with Mycroft, because like this is. I imagine their servicers like Mycroft is like the first among equals of servicers, so to speak, and everything that comes with Mycroft, both with what they did before and what they have been up to recently, last like event of the series. So it tracks as to why 9A is like obsessed with him.
yeah, and I can understand why Mycroft would have that effect on people. It's just I know Mycroft and I hate him. So when somebody's just like, "Oh, I'm so sad he died," I'm just like, "Really? That guy? Him?"
But Mycroft
Him?
is Greek. You must support all Greeks against all non-Greeks.
Characters in this story are like so emotionally codependent.
Why did we need, and I understand why this was written about in the context of this book, but why did we need an entire chapter about uniforms?
One, because the Mitsubishi make beautiful uniforms.
Okay, that could be a page.
And I need to hear about their nature-inspired patterns and designs and embroidery.
This can be a page still.
Also, politically, it was important. And it's
Yeah,
important for the rules of war. I think I agree with you.
No, yeah. Like it's like I know why it's there, like why it's there, what it does serve its function, because like they don't have.
There's some justification there, but yeah, did we really need it? All of that?
Yes, yeah, like like you said, none of this is codified. But
Two,
yeah, go ahead.
because this is a series about cosplay.
You're choosing the least endearing reasons to justify this gift.
Like, you have been talking about cosplay since book 1, and I don't get it.
This is a world of children acting like they're adults.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's very just over the top.
They are sweet summer
Yeah.
children, and they are learning about war for the first time. And Mason also needs to pretend like they had a uniform and a war code this whole time,
Yeah.
and they need time to justify that. And they make a little joke about their war code predating pants, but really they should have one. But secret societies are BS.
Especially Masons.
As we know, there have never been secret societies in Europe.
No, see, the Masons are every secret society ever.
all of the probably all the European
all the
secret
real
societies,
ones.
right?
And they claim to know all of the secrets of all of them.
Yeah, it's impressive. That's what it is.
On the the Sanctum Sanctorum.
I mean, I want to join them just because I want to know what happened.
You only get to know what happens if you're a Mason, though. If you can make it all the way to the top. But don't worry, anyone can do that, and it's not just restricted to a couple Bosches that they pick from every time.
Do I have to get pay money and then get my thetans checked or something to get to that level?
Yeah, I think you need to take an inviolate oath, and then
Okay, that's fine. Nobody ever breaks oaths, right? Masons?
Yeah. No, never.
Speaking of oaths, interesting that we got the Masonic oath. Did we need the entirety of the Latin text for it?
I actually like that.
She's a classic scholar. Let her cook.
No, I think again, it's cool and it's like very impressive that she like did that. But that was that was just a personal. My eyes glazed over. I tried, but like I didn't take Latin, so I'm like, okay.
I mean, you don't need to read the Latin. You can just skip the Latin.
Yeah, that's basically what I ended up doing.
I did skip the Latin, and I only started just reading it. But I imagine for Latin readers, it's actually really interesting.
Yeah,
to see her choices, and then thinking about what words the old ones changed and how maybe strands it sounds, and then we're given a translation that is admittedly not a great one, right?
Yep, it leaves several Latin words in.
And so the reader can come up with their own, and they can find out like, what does this actually mean, or how do I interpret that? I'm a bit of a language geek, so I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was one of my favorite parts.
All that to say, I understand why she did it, and like obviously, this, like with given the series' influences and a lot of the Hive influences, like it makes sense that it was just a choice that I noted.
It was definitely a choice. You wouldn't see it in a lot of books.
Yeah,
You would not, no. But at least Mycroft didn't refuse to translate this time.
Yeah, right. And then 9.8 subs the translation in anyways. I find it really funny how a cavalry charge is actually effective in this book. I don't find it unbelievable. It's just amusing that you have the Black Laws coming in and taking a bridge.
I love Natakari.
Yeah, it's great. Like there's like 45 of them in a city of how many million? This whole thing takes place. Yeah, I like the Black Laws. I think if they played their cards right, they could end up being my favorite faction.
Hey.
I can respect them.
These Black Laws,
Yeah,
not Madame.
Yeah, the only problem is they never punished Madame.
well, and is she a Black Law anymore?
No, she's European.
Yeah, so
it's Isabel Carlos that gets to punish Madame, and won't, because Isabel Carlos is about virtue and fairness.
Yep, and he disappeared.
yeah. Also funny that Madame's the whole coronation happened while she was like in an alleyway in Europe.
Not in an
But
alleyway,
she's-
in
yeah,
in
or
a,
not
in
alleyway,
a, in a
but,
royal
like,
house.
Yeah,
She was in a Spanish
Okay.
royal palace.
She is queen, not empress.
Yes.
right. Yeah,
And if I found it so weird that she's marrying an emperor because the marriage happens after the coronation, right? But somehow that still makes it clear that she's not an empress
yeah. I don't get how that. Not
simply
that it-
because she wasn't at the coronation.
I think it's also amusing that we never see someone even try to assassinate Madame when it clearly would have worked, right? Like, yeah, sure, she has a utopian bodyguards and whatnot, but that doesn't matter.
I don't know what defense mechanisms do you think she can stuff in those petticoats?
Prey could have done it.
Yeah, Craig could have done it
yeah,
if he wanted to, but he didn't
I got a
want to.
question. Why do you think that 9A keeps referring to Carlisle as Foster Cray instead of just like Carlisle or Foster? It seems like every single time they refer to Carlisle as Foster
Yep.
Cray. When reader doesn't know them as Foster Cray, I don't think that they want to be called Foster Cray. I'm just
I don't
guessing.
think so either. Yeah.
And they seem to have a lot of respect for him. I don't know. Just seems like a choice that
I
stood
mean,
out to
and
me.
it should at least be Carlisle Foster Perry Cray, right?
Do you have an answer, Kip?
Triple hyphenates are never popular. That's my answer.
I get it. Yeah.
And I think coming from an Ansele Kosala or someone who wishes they were an Ansele Kosala, maybe it reads a little different because it gives them a Bosch. And 9A desperately wants a Bosch and is forbidden from having one, even though the Bosch that they're in is one of the most influential in the world. They're still not technically part of one.
Wait, are servicers are not allowed to be in?
Servicers
Bosch
can't be in a Bosch.
Yeah, all right.
They're their own little servicer Bosch.
I did have one more point that I wanted to bring up today before we end. How did you like the introduction of reservations and the reveal of their role in essential religious ceremonies by the Alliance?
Mosquito reservations are wrong, and they should have been eradicated.
I agree.
It's a strategic reserve.
It's a point in the story that I feel like should have been like it was misleading to not convey earlier, I guess deliberately. I kind of have a hard time having a grasp on what exactly their role is because I don't even know exactly what they are or how big they are or how influential they are. They're just kind of like the reservations, you can't proselytize outside of them.
Well, apparently it's the only place where Jewish people can have satyrs.
Yeah.
And it's also the only place where you can maybe get married. And the only places where you can still celebrate ritualistic religions that require groups. And so,
Yeah.
it seems like the Alliance only can possibly function with the existence of these reservations that don't exist by Alliance law.
And that aren't mentioned outside of them.
Yeah, maybe we'll get more of them. I think the idea is very interesting. Like when we saw, I think was it in this book or World of Battle when we see that when they go to the Catholic to Rome.
Will to Battle, where they go to the Vatican.
Yeah, the Vatican. Yeah, like that. That idea is interesting. But I think part of it is like since the series is so high level that we're not really gonna get in like deep with like, okay, we're gonna spend. I guess we did. We were in the Vatican for a while, but it'd be cool to see more of the reservations.
I mean, the most important thing about the Vatican visit was that we couldn't talk about anything that was really discussed in the Vatican visit.
Except sharks eating bananas.
Yeah, like I find it implausible that basically everybody wouldn't be able to find out each other's religion in the first place here, given that these reservations exist. You can cosplay going to the reservations, but I don't know if you're Jewish and you're doing their holy, like celebrating their holy days like 6 times a year. Does that really mean that you're just cosplaying that at that point? Just a very dedicated.
Did you like how during Ramadan the whole world changes their hours?
Oh yeah.
I was rolling my eyes very hard when it was like, so yeah, everybody who was violent in Christianity and Islam just died during the church wars. So there's no, it's
Those scenes are gone.
totally not they're totally immune to violence right now, right? Like there's nobody would ever think of using religion as a violent thing anymore.
And that wouldn't have resurfaced in the like what several hundred years since the church wars at all.
Yeah, it just totally doesn't do that. You just have to stop talking about religion in public, and people won't be religious at all.
I mean, the Sensei's solved that problem completely.
They solved the
Yeah.
racism issue too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why the Mitsubishi nation strats work together so well.
No, they work together so well because they failed to take the Almagest.
I did find it funny that the whole framing about rescuing Jed.
Jia Wang.
No, it's like,
It changes their story in the middle of it.
And how 9A wouldn't pass that along the network because it was like, no, that can't be true.
Yeah.
It's vile. And then the Masonic, what do they call them? Precones? Something like that. The speakers that they set up throughout Romanova to promulgate the news, the Masonic ones just wouldn't even deliver that message. Or at least a bunch of them wouldn't.
Yep.
I don't think James Holden would like this world very much.
No, it'd be he would be the
He'd be trying to be 9A.
yeah.
Except doing a very different job at it.
If Holden were in the story, as soon as he found out about OS, the entire world would know, and like that, like this would have been and that would have been the story. Was
Like the first time he had an inkling of an idea.
yes.
Hey guys, this is your friendly neighborhood guy that everyone knows because we were famous. I'm thinking, there's something fishy going on here. Maybe look into it if you wish. I'm not saying anything's happening, but it might be.
My name's
No, he
Carlisle
would have
Foster. Would have also immediately spread Madame's out into the world.
She should be.
Yeah, should be. Okay. Do we have anything left that we want to talk about?
So this mysterious third party, like that has godlike power over the world. I'm just wondering, like, are they foreshadowed in a significant way? Should we be able to guess who this is, or is it like
What
something that's
mysterious
deliberately
third party?
mysterious?
like who's controlling the cars and the communications network and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like Cray seems to be an agent of them, and it stole the Masonic oath of office, and yada 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 yada.
I will say it's heavily foreshadowed.
Okay,
I don't remember who it is at all.
No, it's not always just randomly. Cray did it.
Well,
I'm so glad.
although that wouldn't be a bad guess given the track record of things in the series that come down to that.
Yeah, no. Whenever Cray appears, it will be. Oh, it was Cray immediately.
We found out the whole thing was just Cray Ex Machina at the end.
Oh, Cray is this universe's god.
Yeah, they set up everything. They sent Bridger. They sent
that
Jed.
would
Started the war.
Cray is actually the god of the Iliad.
so now we're back to like is the whole series a hallucination thing?
I mean, it is.
Okay, yeah.
The whole series is Bridger acting as the mule and the Gordians acting as the second foundation.
Gordians. Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
I see the Bridger as the mule thing.
Ash is
But-
really pushing this Foundation analogy.
Yep.
I haven't read Second Foundation, so I don't know.
It's been like 10 in a long time. I forget
Oh,
a lot
I
of
got
it.
all the way out to the end of the Foundation series where it got real weird.
Is there a mule or is this a Malazan reference?
Now there's a mule,
Okay.
and they called the mule because he can't have kids.
Ah, I see.
And he's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd kill it.
Okay. Well, then I think this has been our first episode about Perhaps the Stars. Thank you for joining us, everybody. And thank you to my lovely panelists for entertaining me. And to Horizon Brave for getting this all started. And to Craig for loaning us this corner of the media empire. Thank you to the Jingle Punks for giving us their song Galactic Damages for intro and outro music. You can reach us on Discord and now on Instagram and Threads. Thank you, everybody, for entertaining our rambling, our conversation, and we will meet you next time with the return of Mycroft Canner.
Ooh.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.